Hello again. How are you doing? All okay, I hope. I've got another flash fiction story for you. Although this is a little different because it's in verse. I write the occasional verse. Although prose is my main form, but I think this story it fits the verse format, and it rhymes. Revolutionary. Now I'm wearing a fisherman's hat again because the story is about an old retired fisherman who spends his days sitting on the beach, mending nets and making nets. And every now and again he casts his nets into the sea and he catches a few nice fish. The beach isn't the kind of beach you'd expect to find in Cornwall or any other part of the British coast, really, other than perhaps in the Hebrides and Harris and the Uists, where you get these fantastically long beaches of beautiful, pure white sand that would be very popular, except for the fact that the water's so cold it bites your ankles off. No, this beach is the kind of beach you would find in the tropical places, things like Mexico, Indonesia, and in parts of Australia as well. There are small fishing boats drawn up on the beach, and people do pass by. Families come for picnics. And the old fisherman occasionally entertains children by tricks with ropes and with nets and so on. And he has a very famous one like that. Very good. Lovely, lovely. Like a butterfly. Look, simple. Here it is. So he shows the children this. And then they say they'd like to try it. So they have a go. And they go. They get really mad. And then the parents come in, and usually the fathers, very clever. They say, give it to me, I can do that. So they take it, they go. And they're sort of nuclear physicists and computer wizards, but they still can't do it. They just don't know what to do. So they give it back to the old fisherman. Look, you can hardly see. And he goes, look, it's quite simple. There it is. Look at that. You can practice. You can do it. I'm sure everyone watching this, they can do it. Look, it's simple. There it is. So this story is about these knot really, and it has a beautiful location. But like all these stories, it starts very well, and it ends very badly. And it's called The Trick. He had this way, a trick, a knot of tricks, to turn a rope between his broken fists and cross it with one swift turn and twist and shape from it a knotted crucifix. Strangers tried the same legerdemain. They gazed in awe, bewildered, became half mazed as time and time again they failed to turn and tie his knot. These tricks were mirrored in the sky, where high Himalaya jostled peak to peak and tied themselves in cloudy knots a mile high, then broken, spilled in coils about his feet. Between the boats the children played. They watched his knotted hands engage, and when he cast his knot of tricks aside, his hands spun nets of gossamer and sand. In the slow time of each unravelled day, he laid his nets and hauled a silver trade of bass and mullet, shimmered hake and ray. Each one he gutted with a silver blade. But once on one forgetful day, his sight now slumbered within the hall unseen. He cut sweet fillets from a mere child's tale, and with each cut he signed his own downfall. Time passed, his sight blurred even more. The children gathered still, on every age. They took his rope and tried in vain to make that trick of knots engage. Soon fewer stopped before his weathered eyes. Few tried to span the knotted rope until the sea grew still beneath the sky and offered Aphrodite as his final hope. This goddess rose in unaccustomed human form. His sea-worn eyes served ill to recognize. Her dress was scant, a child's sea-worn call that she had sown with tears and sighs. She brushed her lips across his knotted throat. Those lips, they gleamed like silver and like sin. She sang of how he'd hunted on the coast her kin, his knot of tricks a trap to draw them in. Her lips uncurled from teeth that gleamed at first, and then unfurled to bloodied fangs that kissed his knotted throat with mortal thirst, with one swift turn and twist unmanned. Then, as she turned and swam upon the sea, her legs entwined, a knot of tricks entwined, a knot of sea-blue silver scales that ended not in feet or crucifix, but in a tail. The trick.